let's start working on a second page of this project. Here we're gonna show list of playlists with filters. And the filters are going to contain input field to search for playlists by its title, as well as list of tags. So I'm simply going to duplicate the file with the markup of the main page, index.html, since we're going to use the same header as well as the footer on the playlists page. So in here I can also remove those classes that have been used to style image inside the hero section on the main page, that also have been used to add reflection to that image. But on this page we don't need those classes, so I'll remove this block, and then let's just collapse header and footer sections and remove everything from the main section. Let's just open up this page in the browser. I'm going to specify page name in the address line, playlists.html, and there we go. We're seeing the header as well as the footer, just like we expect. So now it's time to start adding markup for this page. In here, the first thing that I'm going to do is to add the main heading as well as this description. So inside the main tag, let's create the new section, which is going to contain the div with container class. Just as a reminder, this container class is going to restrict the width of this element and position all the content in a center. So this block is going to have the h1 element with paragraph that is going to contain description. Then I will quickly add necessary copies. The heading will say playlists, and the description will be the following. Now let's start applying styles to those elements. So I'm going to increase the font for this heading, set it to 5XL. The font will be bold, and let's also center the text inside this heading. And as for this description, I will increase spacing from the top, set it to 2. The text will be large. We're also going to center this content in the middle of the page and make the font gray with a shade of 600. As you can see, all those elements are shown on the page, but I would like to restrict the width of this container even further in order to have this description to be wrapped and shown on 2 lines. So I'm going to use class max wscreen sm on the container element. It is going to set particular widths on this container. And as you can see, after doing this, description spans 2 lines. Now we're going to get to adding this filters section. So right here, I'm going to create another container that is going to be served as a wrapper for filters. The first element inside this container will be an input field, search field to search for playlists by title. We are also going to specify placeholder text, saying playlist title. And then I'm going to turn this whole wrapper into the grid with 4 columns, where block with filters is going to take up 1/4 of the total width. And as a reminder, in one of the previous lessons we have installed additional Tailwind CSS plugin called Tailwind CSS Forms to reset all default styles of input fields, and that is why by default this input field has this look. But I'm going to add additional styles in order to match the rest of styles on the page. So let's increase horizontal spacing, set it to 4. Vertical paddings will be 2 units. Then we're going to add some border, let's say gray with a shade of 300. Then we're going to round corners of this input field, as well as add shadow. And when focusing this input field, the color of the border should be changed on indigo with a shade of 600. And also when focusing this input field, we will see small outline. And there we go, the input field is ready. Now let's add some text at the bottom. So right here, let's create another div and the heading that will say text. The text will be large and font semi-bold. Right down here, I'm going to add a list with text. Each li element of this list will contain button with tag name, Then I'm going to duplicate the markup of the first li element a couple of times, just to make sure that all these elements are shown on the page. And right after, we're gonna start applying styles to the first element. So I'm going to stretch this button within the li element so it covers all available widths. The horizontal paddings will be 3 units, vertical ones will be 2 units, the text will be small and positioned on the left. The color of the text will be gray with a shade of 600. We're also going to round corners of this button, and when hovering over this button, the background color will be changed on gray with a shade of 100. After this, I will duplicate the first li element of this list and paste it a couple more times, just to have the same styles for all those li elements. And then let's just increase space in between all those list items. I'm going to turn this UL element into a flexible container where elements are going to flow vertically, and the vertical space in between those elements will be 1 unit. And almost the same classes I'm going to apply to this wrapper, just to increase space in between text heading as well as list of text. In this case, I'm gonna set the space into 2 units. And finally, to add vertical space in between input field and the wrapper with text, I'm going to make this wrapper element flexible container where elements will flow vertically, and the distance between input field and container with text will be 6 units. And this block with filters looks much better now. So we also have to add some spacing from the top and the bottom of this whole section. I'm going to make this whole section flexible container where elements will flow vertically. Vertical paddings will be 16 units from the top and from the bottom, and the distance between child elements will be 12 units, and that is the distance between the container with heading and the description, and block with filters. And the last thing that I'm going to do in this lesson is I will replace those repeated texts and use unique ones. So there will be a lot more text on this page. Right after I will do that, the page is going to look like this. As always, link to the source code of this project will be in the video description.